afternoon, everyone. CrazyJuan coming back at you on the Xbox One, here with the Next Level Gaming YouTube channel. Gonna kick off another video for our play of Kerbal Space Program. Thanks for coming along, and be sure to like and subscribe if you like what we do. Gonna go back in and pick up our science game, or what's called a classic campaign, where basically you unlock science by doing missions and experiments to get new parts, which is where we're at right now. Can resume our save game here. Real quick, what we're going to do is mess that up and recover it, I guess. Did I do that? Okay, so here we are. This is an orbiter of a ship that I built to go into a high orbit and do some experiments, but I think, can't remember if we've reserved mystery goo down here or not. Looks like we have, so I'll reset that. And if we do this, what happens? Let's do an EVA report because we've not done that. Pick up the free science. Report some more free science. And we'll board the ship. And then we can recover the vessel and pick up the free science. So yeah, just a little sidetrack there by that, but what we've done in our last game, we did a couple short orbits, real small. Yeah, we'll take it. Well, not exactly the perils of space, but yeah, we'll take it. So anyway, we've done some low orbit experiments and recovered a ship. I'm going to get a little higher up and cash in on the experiment value of it, the science data. I've actually gone on my own and gotten a capsule out to the moon and in its orbit, but had no ability to recover it or do much with it there because we don't have the stuff really yet, which I have to unlock with more science. So we now have, we're going to launch this mission again. Now that we've collected the free science we could get on the launch pad, and try to head up for an orbit. Gonna engage this ability, throttle up, and kick it. I'd try to rotate to like a 90-degree orbit. Makes it kind of easier to work with on the screen. We're going to go until the solid boosters are up, and then we'll jettison those. There they go. And work on the main stage here for a while longer. we start pitching down, we want to get some lateral speed, because that's basically what orbiting is. It's circling the planet, falling all around it, and missing the entire time because you're moving too fast. We'll start working on that. Alright, we can just in that stage now and check what we look like on the map. Alright, so there's our highest point. We're going to add a maneuver there. This is something we haven't done on video yet. Brings up this template, and this is prograde, more burn. We're going to expand that, or we're going to get more speed so we don't fall into the planet until we get on the other side of the planet. That indicator just came up. And that's about where we want it, I think. A little more. And that'll do for now. Maybe a little more yet. I want to check those distances. That's 27. I want to get that prograde, that high point out to as far as we can get it. .302 is about right. Okay, so that's going to be our flight path once we make our burn. And so the next thing to do is to orient the ship with our target. And in 2 minutes 30 seconds we do a burn. We can pick that up. Use a little time warp here to close in on that. I'm hoping that, and I don't know, I could look all this stuff up, but you know, I'm not that guy. I'm hoping that like 250 plus, 250 to 300 is considered high orbit for the science. Okay, we'll bring the time back down. And we'll start our burn. Got to burn for a minute and a half. We should have plenty of fuel for that. We can go ahead and pick up the pace on that too, actually. Maybe not plenty of fuel, but maybe enough. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, stop burning. Okay, so let's check that orbit. Looks like it'll be passable. 187 there. 331 there, that'll do. So let's now make this maneuver go away. And we can actually time warp to here, which will be on the other side of our lowest point. So now we have a stable orbit. Not exactly round, but it'll do. We're at 213 right now, 213,000 meters above the surface. And let's warp again. Let's get out to, say, here. I want to pick up that altitude. Alright, we're at 313 right now, so that's good. We'll bring it back down to speed. And let's get a look at it. We're on the dark side, so it'll be a little bit dim, but that's okay. And the first thing we'll do is we have a pilot on board, so we can't do the experiments outside the ship. So we'll activate the cursor and we'll observe the materials bay from inside. Got a nice chunk of data there because we're at a higher altitude. The high radiation environment caused a few of the samples to glow. Looks like it'll be fun to paint the rocket with this. So we'll keep that experiment. Do the same thing with this goo container. Goofy's right at home. So there's more data than we would have gotten at a lower altitude. And we'll repeat that. Alright, and the next thing is to get good old Jebediah out of the ship. Okay, so there he is. And we will release. And engage the RCS. And back away from the ship a little bit, just a little bit. Because I'm not feeling too brave. And here we are, floating in space. So the next thing we want to do is get a report from that and review. That'll do. And now we want to head back to the ship. Use our thrusters, and I had a different report we can do. Hadn't seen that. Well, let's work on getting back to the ship because that's going to be pretty important. Hello, Dex. Hello, buddy. There's always a cat wanting to be in my lap when I'm doing this stuff. I'm under it. So up we go and counter thrust and get close enough to grab this thing. There we go. So let's get on board. Alright. So that's all good. Now we can do a crew report now, so let's do that. Okay, so now the only thing left is to bring this thing home safe. So let's go ahead back to the map view. And essentially what we're going to want to do is add another maneuver and add retro thrust or retrograde to make a nice easy approach. Don't want it to be too steep, and that looks pretty steep. So grab this and we'll go this way with it, right? Yeah. Actually, I think we want to do this from the lowest point too. I think we're going to make the speed anyway. So, yeah, let's do it like that. That might even be the continent we left off from. I don't know. But that'll do. We'll hide this, and we'll go to the ship view and get ourselves oriented for the burn, which is in about a minute. There's our retrograde target. Get it down to about 10-12 seconds and bring time back to normal. And we're burning. There's the flip. Okay. So let's take a look. If we kill the maneuver now, we should be left with just our flight path, which looks to settle down right there. So let's warp a little bit. And I feel like losing a little bit more of that speed. Okay. Yeah, that looks okay. So now we want to stage. Oh, the staging is wrong. Okay, well, we'll have to do it manually. So you get to go away. And let's flip this over. You be armed. You be armed. My drogue chute and my main chute. And we'll get this thing aligned. Okay, so we're on our way back. We've committed. Let's take down a little more altitude. Gonna be moving really fast. Doesn't make me super happy. Alright, so basically we want to time warp down to about 70,000 meters and start breaking into the atmosphere. Moving so fast. Need to get the ship aligned. Okay, let's bring the warp down. Gonna lose something. Ugh. I think that was a science canister. Oh, there go the drogues. That's not good. But we're slowing. Well, we survived, and at least one of the goo canisters did too, so that's not bad. The other chute should open any moment now. There we go. So we'll make a splashdown. Should be nice and safe. Let's pick up the warp and the lab might have gotten crushed. Okay, let's recover the vessel. Alright, so we got the report, the EVA report, the mystery goo. We didn't get the big chunk for the lab, unfortunately. But we did get a nice chunk of science. So let's head to R&D. We can buy some structural pieces. Some parts for flight control. And some things to do some more science with. Okay, I'm thinking we're gonna go with the science part for now. With that science we unlocked, let's purchase that. Which leaves us with 15. So there's a somewhat successful anyway mission where we've made some science, bought some stuff. I'm going to be doing a repeat probably on my own, not taped, so we can cash in on the lab value and try to land with my chutes intact, so that I don't crush the lab on landing or splashdown, as it were. So thanks for tuning in, and of course we'll be back at it here soon. And once I get the next stage figured out, what I want to do, some other experiments, eventually will be the end result here is to do a whole moon mission. This is what I want to get on tape. I want to, or on tape, sold. Want to get recorded here is at least a touchdown on the moon. Hopefully, eventually a moonshot and return would be even best. But again, thanks for tuning in. Hope your weekend here is great. Be sure to like and subscribe here at the Original Next Level Gaming YouTube channel, and feel free to swing by my own or hit me up on Xbox Live or Twitter. It's all CrazyJuan. And thanks again for watching. You guys have a great one.